What's going on, guys? It's your boy Emmanuel Jones back here with another NFL record prediction. And this time, it's time to do our record prediction for the Buffalo Bills for the 2023 NFL season. Now I want to say what up, Bills fans. We're gonna be predicting your guys' record. I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section below, what you think. And I'm gonna give you my game by game analysis, pick by pick, to see which games I think the Bills will win or which games I think the Bills will lose. So before I give you my recommendation for the Buffalo Bills, don't forget to put the thumbs up, slide the video, subscribe to my channel for more options, and don't forget to comment down your opinion below who you think is going to win. It's going to what do you think the Bills' record is going to be? Do you think they're going to win a division? Do you think they're going to make the playoffs, or you think they're going to miss the playoffs? So let me know in the comment section below what you think. So here we are. So week 1, the Bills got the face against the New York Jets. Now this is a Monday Night Football game. Now this is the opener though. Now I believe this game right here can definitely go either way, because literally though, the Bills have played the Jets pretty well on the road though. But some people are probably picking the Bills to sweep the Jets or picking the Bills to win the first game, because the Jets might deal with some learning curves and they be struggling against Buffalo. Because, I feel like New York could be doing some learning curves. They got a new quarterback in Aaron Rodgers. It could be a new culture. But I expect the Jets to be a decent team this year. But one thing I don't really like is a coaching staff, though. That's why I don't believe in. But it could go either way, though. But since this game's in New York, I'm going to say the Jets win this game, because I kind of like how the way the Jets did against the Bills last year. They played them tough. They can match up well with the Bills. They have a good secondary that can handle business against receivers. They got a good, talented defense that can get some pressure and confuse Josh Allen. And then they have a good offensive line that can really control the Bills' pass rush. And then other hand, they got some weapons on offense, though, that can move the ball against your defense. So I think Aaron Rodgers is going to have success there. Now, week 2, they got to play the home opener against the Raiders. Now, here's the thing. I got the Bills beating the Raiders. And you know why? Because, I understand that Josh McDaniels has had success against Sean McDermott, but, it doesn't really matter. The Bills are just a more complete team. They have the better quarterback, better coaching staff. They're at home. And, I don't think the Raiders match up well with the Bills really good on paper, because I don't have no faith in the Raiders defense right now, because I don't think the Raiders defense has what it takes, to slow down the Bills offense, because, their secondary is not as good. So they don't really have any corners that can really cover Diggs and Davis, because those guys are tough to cover. And then, their pass rush is solid, but not great. I think the Bills' offensive line can do a good job, controlling the Raiders' pass rush. So, yeah. So, I kind of really feel like that, the defense can match up well with the Raiders really good, because I think the Raiders, offense, sometimes they struggle against tough defenses, and the Bills' defense is pretty good. So I think the Bills can really have success, slowing down the Raiders' pass rush. They can slow down their offense, and, they have a good secondary that can handle business against Davante Adams and Hunter Renfrow. So, yeah. But I wouldn't be shocked they kept this game close or a blowout, but I think it will be close this time, because I think the Raiders are going to keep up. But I'm going to take the Bills to win this game at home. So they should easily win this game. So week 3, they got to play against the Washington Commanders. Obviously, they should easily beat the Commanders, though. I mean, Washington is really not a good team this year. We don't really know what the quarterback's going to be, right? It's going to be Sam Howell or Jacoby Brissett. I don't really know who it's going to be. So, yeah. And especially if Sam Howell starts, I don't really trust a quarterback, So, yeah, so I think they're the more complete team. They got the better, and especially the Bills got the better quarterback, better coaching staff. There's the better team, and on top of that, I just kind of really feel like that. The defense for the Bills can match up well with Washington because Washington can't match up well with the Bills really good on paper. So I kind of really feel like the Washington's defense don't play good against tough opponents. But I just kind of really feel like that the Bills, they have their offense. Washington's secondary is not as good, so I feel like the Bills' deep offense, with like I said, their receiving core is going to be tough to cover. So Josh Allen should have success against Washington's defense. And then they have a strong offensive line. Like I said, they can control Washington's pass rush. And I kind of really feel like that maybe, I think the defense, for the defense, for the Bills is going to slow down the Washington's offense. They can confuse a young quarterback like Sam Howell. I don't trust a young quarterback, especially against a good defense. And then you have a good secondary that can really handle business against the Washington's receivers. But I wouldn't be shocked they kept this game close. I think this game can be a lot closer than we expected. But I think the Bills find a way to win this game here. Right, next game, week 4, they got to play versus the Dolphins. Obviously, I got them splitting with the Dolphins this year. Some people are kind of really picking Miami. Some people are kind of really picking the Bills to lose the first game, but I don't agree with it. I'm going to say the Bills win at home against the Dolphins because usually Miami struggles on the road against Buffalo, though, because Miami got to go to Buffalo and play the Bills. I just kind of really feel like that the Bills, Dolphins can't match up well with the Bills pretty good because Dolphins have a good. Here's the thing. Dolphins defense did improve a little bit, but I kind of really feel like they can definitely give Josh Allen. They can really confuse Josh Allen. But I don't think Miami can match up well with the Bills really good on paper because the Bills have a good defense. And they played the Dolphins offense. They played Tua really well recently. I think this defense finds a way to at least can find a way to make some big plays, confuse Tua, and then I think their secondary can find a way to at least handle business against the Dolphins receiver core. So I think that the Bills are going to have answers for their passing game, which means and the Bills are going to have answers for the Dolphins blitzes on defense. So I just kind of really feel like that the Bills, I just think they're just a more complete team. You guys got the better defense, you guys got a better coaching staff, better quarterback. You're at home, so I think the Bills should win this one, but I think it will be close this time. But if long as Tua doesn't get washed, I think it will be close. Now, next game, they got to play against the Jaguars. Now, this is in London, though. Now, this can definitely go either way. Now, some people are kind of really picking Jacksonville to win this game because they play well in London, though. But I know they played out of town. They played in London twice, I believe. I think they did play in London twice. But last year, they didn't play well in London. So it could go either way, but I think Jacksonville, last time when these time when these two teams, played against each other. Jacksonville won that matchup. That's where, it was a low-scoring game. But I kind of really feel like I think it can go either way, but I think it will be close. But I'm going to roll with the Bills here because I just think the Bills are just a more complete team and have the better quarterback, the better coaching staff. And especially they're at home in London too. And I just don't think the Bills – I don't think Jacksonville matched up well with the Bills like recently. I think their secondary is too – it's too, like, young, Their defense is a little bit young. And I think the Bills' offense can have success. Josh Allen should have success, but I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think it will be close. And I think the defense can find a way to confuse Trevor Lawrence, give him some issues. And then, they can find a way to at least, like, slow down their pass. And they'll find a way to slow down the run. Offensive line for the Bills should control the Jags pass rush, and then the secondary should find a way to handle business against the Jags receivers. So I think it will be close, but I think the Bills win this game. Next game, week 6, they got to play against the Giants. Now, it's on Sunday night game. Now, this could be the Brian Daboll revenge game. Now, some people are kind of really picking the Giants to win this game because the Giants, Brian Daboll might be piped up for this game. Now, he could be prepared and ready for this game, which I would not be shocked or surprised. But at the same time, I kind of really feel like that this is a game where it could definitely go either way, though. Now, this both the New York teams playing against each other. Now, if this team was definitely in New York, I might lean towards the Giants here. But I kind of feel like due to the Bills are at home, having a home field advantage, I'm taking the Bills to win this game because I just think the Bills are just a more complete team. They have a better quarterback, better coaching staff. They're at home. And I just think, Martindale, he could confuse Josh Allen in this game, but I don't really know. But I think the Bills are going to match up well with the Giants. Really good on paper. I think what the Bills can do, I think their secondary, what their defense can do, they can find a way to confuse Daniel Jones. Like, they'll find a way to they gotta have to at least, like, slow down the running game. The secondary should find a way to have business against the Giants receivers because the Giants don't really have any good receivers, though. But their receivers are young, but they're not great. But I think with their safeties, I think the only way the Bills are gonna win this game, they're gonna have to find a way to shut down Waller. Because if they don't find a way to shut down Waller, then Waller's gonna be tearing apart the Bills' defense up. Like, he's gonna get open like extra yards if they don't shut him down. So yeah. And I feel like the Giants pass rush is solid, but I think the Bills offensive line can control that. So yeah. So I think it's gonna be close, but I think the Bills find a way to win this game. Now, next game, week 7, they gotta play against the Bucs. They gotta play against the Patriots. Now, some people are kind of really thinking that the Patriots are going to split with the Bills are going to beat the Bills once because Belichick has owned the Bills for years. But I think the last time that Belichick has beaten the Bills since was 2021. But I kind of really feel like that it can go either way, though. But I don't really know if I can trust the Patriots beating the Bills because I can't really see it happening, though. Until I see it, I might take the Patriots to win, but it can totally change my mind. But for right now, I'm just gonna say the Bills are gonna sweep the Patriots this year. So I'm gonna say the Bills are gonna win this game. So yeah, but I think New England's gonna be a good team this year. I think they could make the playoffs this year, but I just kind of feel that the Bills, are just smart enough to beat New England. Like in almost in every matchup. So yeah. So now they're 6-1. Now that heads to week 8 on Thursday Night Football. They have to play against Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now the Bills should easily win this game here because Bucs have no Tom Brady. We don't know who the quarterback's going to be. Whether it's going to be Baker Mayfield or Kyle Trask. Now I don't think the Bucs are going to be a good team this year. I think their offense is totally totally a little bit overrated. I think their defense is a little bit overrated. So I think the Bills should have success in this game, moving the football, passing the football on the Bucks, and I think their defense finds a way to slow down the Bucks running game because the Bucks have no run game. So I think the Bills defense finds a way to take care of business here. And then they have a good secondary that can really cover the Bucks receivers. So yeah, I think this game right here is going to be a lot closer. But I wouldn't be shocked they kept this game closer, but I think the Bills are going to win, but I think they're going to win by a lot. So the Bills are right now 7-1. So now they're on a 6-game winning streak. So that heads to week 9. They have to play Sunday Night Football against the Bengals. Now, this game right here can a little bit go either way, though. But I kind of remember that game where, where the Bengals really blew out the Bills. But if this game is in Buffalo, I might go with the Bills here. But since it's in Cincinnati, I'm going to take the Bengals here because I just think the Bengals, are just a more complete team. And on top of that, I just kind of really feel like that the Bengals just own the Bills, a little bit. But I just kind of feel like Big Lou understands how to confuse Josh Allen. And he did that in the playoffs, and I think he can find a way to do it once again. I think the defense is going to give Josh Allen some fits. And I think, the offensive line, which I think is pretty good, they should be able to control the Bills' pass rush. So I think this game right here is going to be a lot closer than we expected. But some people might pick the Bills to win, but I'm just picking Cincinnati because I just think Cincinnati is just a way more better team. So, yeah, but I expect this game to be a lot closer, but I'm taking the Bengals to win this game. The next game, week 10, they have to play. So that leads to 7-2 right now. So next game, they have to play against the Denver Broncos on Monday Night Football. The Bills should win this game here because the Bills, they are just a better team, better quarterback, better coaching staff, I believe, and they're at home. I just don't have no trust in Russell Wilson right now because I kind of feel like Russell Wilson's a little bit inconsistent. And, they're going to be doing learning curves due to a new coaching staff in the building. So, yeah, I think Denver finds a way to – I think they can keep this game a lot closer. As long as they stay competitive, I think Denver can win this game. But given that the Bills, are at home, no, with Denver going to the East Coast, which is a tough place to play at, I think the Bills win this game. But I kind of really feel like that Denver can match a Buffalo really good. But I just kind of really feel like that when I look at the Broncos, I think Broncos can definitely give Josh Allen some fits. But I feel like Denver's defense is a little bit overrated. So Buffalo should move the ball against them. And I feel like Denver really doesn't have that much of a pass rush. So I think the Bills' offensive line can do enough here to at least control it. And then, their defense, this is the Von Miller revenge game. So I think Von Miller's going to get his revenge on the Broncos. So I think the Bills' defense finds a way to at least make some plays there to confuse Russell Wilson and give Russell Wilson some fits. And they'll find a way to slow down the running game. And then they have a good secondary that can really handle business against the Broncos receivers. Now, I think the Broncos receivers are overrated. So I think the Bills defense secondary can find a way to shut them down, force Russ to hold on to the ball, and force them to run the ball as well. So I think this game might be closer, though, but it could be a defensive game, but I expect the Bills to win this game. All right, so that leads to 8-2. So next game, week 11, they got to play against the Jets. Now, I believe they split with the Jets. Because, they lost to them early in the season. Now this is a time where Buffalo beats them, and especially the Bills are at home. So, yeah, that's why the Bills win this game. Next game, they have to play. So, let's see. So, after you win, that leads to 9-2. So, they have to play against the week 12. They got to play the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, this is a game right here that can go either way now. Now, most people are kind of really picking the Bills to win on the road. But the Eagles are really not good against win on the road against tough teams. That's what their issue. They're not good at home against tough teams sometimes because that's their issues though. But here's what I think. Here's what I think I need to say. Now, I kind of feel like the Bills can match up well with the Eagles pretty good but I just kind of feel like that the Eagles match up well with the Bills pretty good. Because here's the thing. I feel like that's a winnable game for Buffalo because I think, Buffalo has the defense, to slow down the Eagles' offense. They have a secondary to cover receivers. They have their offensive line is good enough to combat the Eagles' pass rush. But I think the Eagles are probably going to regress this year, probably take a little bit of a step back this year. But given my idea and given the saying of that, I think it will be close, but I'm rolling with the Eagles here because I just think the Eagles, match up well with the Bills pretty good because I think they have a good pass rush that can really slow down the Bills' running game because the Bills don't have a running game, so I think their defense is going to give Josh Allen some fits. And I feel like their secondary is going to find a way to at least handle business here against the Bills receivers. I think the corners of Slay and Bradbury, the corner duo, can find a way to at least cover Diggs and Gaze, force Josh Allen to hold on to the ball, and probably maybe the defense finds a way to slow down the running game, confuse Josh Allen, get pressure on him. And then, their offensive line is very, very good to control your pass rush. So I think they should do that. And then on the other hand, they have their offensively, they should be able to move the ball against the Bills defense. So yeah, Jalen Hurts should make some big plays there and get some couple first downs. So yeah, I think it will be close, but I got the Eagles here. But here's the thing. I kind of feel like if they can really move the ball, control time possession, keep Josh Allen on the sidelines, I think that allowed the Eagles to win the game. So yeah, I got the Eagles winning this game, but in a close one. So they're 9-3. So you got a bye week, and then after the bye, you might be extra prepared for your next game where Buffalo has to go on the road against Kansas City late in the season. Now, this is a game that can go either way. Now, last year, I believe Buffalo won the matchup, though, in Kansas City. But I kind of really feel like they can match up well with the Chiefs really good because they played the Chiefs tough for both regular season because they beat the Chiefs before, though. Now, some people are picking Buffalo to beat them because I think, Josh Allen, he can really do enough against the Chiefs defense because knowing that the Chiefs defense is not good, it's pretty young but not great. But I think the Bills can do enough offensively to do that. But on the other hand, the game's in Kansas City, but if this game's in Buffalo, I might roll the Bills here. But given that this game's in Kansas City, I'm rolling with the Chiefs here because I just think the Chiefs, are just a more complete team. I just kind of really feel like that the Chiefs offensively can do enough here to spread out your secondary. They have a strong offensive line that can really control your pass rush. And then I think Spike Noah can find a way to confuse Josh Allen and all that. And on top of that, I just kind of feel like that the Chiefs offense is going to do enough to control time possession, control the clock, control the ball, and keep Josh Allen on the sideline. So I think this game will be close. It will be a shootout, but I think the Chiefs find a way to pull it out. So now they're 9-4 right now after the bye. You lose 2 straight games. And then week 15, they have to play against a really good team, which is the Dallas Cowboys. Now, this is a game right here that can go either way. Now, most people are kind of really picking the Cowboys to win because the Cowboys, can match up well with the Bills pretty good. But last year, time when they played, it was on Thanksgiving, and Buffalo won in Dallas. But this time, this game's in Buffalo. Now, I think Dallas, can match up well with the Bills pretty good on paper. The Cowboys have a good defense. Their defense improved enough to at least slow down the Bills' offense. They can definitely get the Bills' offense some issues. But on the other hand, Dallas has a good offensive line, and they have a good receiving group too. So, yeah. I think this game right here is going to be a lot closer than we expected to. But if this game is in Dallas, I might go with the Cowboys here. Given that this game is in Buffalo, I'm going to go with the Bills here because it's in Buffalo and it could get colder down there. And I just kind of really feel like that the Bills are just a more complete team, better quarterback. They're at home. And I just kind of feel like defensively, I think they can do enough to at least like slow down, the Cowboys offense. Like their secondary is going to find a way to handle business against the Cowboys receivers. They can force Dak to hold on to the ball, maybe get some pressure on the Cowboys offense, pressure on Dak. Maybe I think they can find a way to slow down, the Cowboys running game. And I feel like the Bills offensive line can do enough to control the Cowboys pass rush. So, yeah, I think this game right here is going to be a lot closer, but I think it's going to be a little bit like a low-scoring game. But I'm going to say the Bills win this game at home, but barely. Next game, Week 16, they got to play against the Chargers. Now let's see what their record is. So, they're 10-4, and now next game, Week 16, they have to play against the Chargers. Now, this is on a Saturday, though. Now, this is definitely a game that can go either way because, Chargers sometimes are not good at home. But I kind of really feel like that this is a game where Buffalo can win. Most people are picking the Bills to win because, the Bills, are a better team. Even though I think the Bills are a better team than the Chargers, I think there's a chance the Chargers can win this game. But if this game is in Buffalo, I might go with the Bills there. But given that this game's in LA, I'm gonna go with the Chargers here to pull off the upset because I just kind of really felt the Chargers are really good at pulling upsets though. And on top of that, I just think the Bills, I just kind of felt the Chargers match up well with the Bills pretty good. I think they have a good secondary that can really handle business against the Bills receivers. And then I think their pass rush is very solid to disrupt their running game and probably can give Josh Allen some fits. And then, Brandon Stanley's probably going to have a good game plan in this game. And on top of that, offensively, they have a strong offensive line that can really control the pass rush of the Bills. I think they can control your pass rush. And Justin Herbert should have success here. They should be able to move the ball against the Bills defense, knowing that the Bills defense might regress. So, yeah, I think this game right here is going to be closer, though, but I think it's going to be a little bit like a low-scoring game. So, I'm going to say the Chargers find a way to win this game in a sneaky upset. Now, next game, Week 17, they got to play against So, by the way, they're 10-5 heading towards the end of the season. Now, they have to play against – now, next two games could definitely be winnable games. They can definitely win both. I don't care. Some people are kind of picking the Bills to sweep the Patriots and sweep the Dolphins. Some people are really picking Buffalo to sweep the Dolphins because I don't know. Now Week 17, they play the Patriots at home. I think they win that game. To sweep the season series, I just kind of feel that they're going to sweep the Patriots again because I just don't really trust the Patriots beating the Bills until I see it. Because literally, though, Buffalo just continues to beat them. And on top of that, you're the more complete team. They're the more complete team. They have a better quarterback. They're at home. And plus, the Bills have owned them since Tom Brady's not the quarterback of New England. So, yeah, the Bills should win this game. And then final week 18, they have to play against the Dolphins. Now, some people are really picking Buffalo to win this game to sweep the Dolphins because the Dolphins seem like they can't beat the Bills. But I'm going to say that the Dolphins are going to split with them. So I'm going to say they lose the last game and say the Dolphins win this game because the split the season series, I just kind of really feel like that. I kind of liked how the way Miami played the Bills last year. The defense played really well. They gave Josh Allen a challenge. They really challenged the Bills really good. And I think they're going to match up well with the Bills pretty good on paper on offense and defense. So yeah, especially Buffalo's going to Miami, which is really hot and a tough place to play at. So yeah, that's why I got Miami winning this game. So as of right now, I have the Bills going 11-6. Now, this should probably be good enough to win a division. Now, I kind of have questions about the conference and how the division is going to look like, cuz I think the Bills right here are still going to be a good team. Don't get me wrong, they're going to be a good team still. And I just kind of really feel like that that the Bills, they just kind of really have the makings of getting the AFC East crown. Now, I just kind of really feel like that their defense, I just kind of feel like that their schedule is a lot tougher than it was last year. Now they could definitely miss the playoffs this year. Don't get me wrong, I would not be surprised because when you look at the schedule, it's pretty tough because they have to play the Jets twice, the Dolphins twice. They got to play the Jags, the Giants, the Patriots twice, the Bengals, the Eagles, the Chiefs, the Cowboys, and the Chargers. I mean, this is really a hard schedule though. So you could definitely drop one to these games. Like, there's some games that I can really see you losing to. Like, there's some games where I think you can definitely win more. I can see them winning one or two more games. Like, I can say you can definitely beat the Eagles or maybe the Chiefs, or maybe you can even beat the Chargers or something like that, or maybe the Bengals on the road. But I don't think it will happen though. But I could definitely see you sweeping the whole division. Like, I could definitely see them sweeping the Jets and the Dolphins at the same time, which I don't think is gonna happen though. So yeah, I expect the Bills to at least be a good team, but I think they're gonna at least take a little bit of a step back due to the regression of their team. I think their offense is still gonna be fine. Their offensive line is still pretty good. The coaching staff could be a question because Leshaw Frazier left. Now I just have questions about who's gonna be the defensive coordinator. But Sean McDermott is still a good defensive coach. And then they have a good offensive coordinator in Ken Dorson, which his play calling is really good. And now I still have questions about your defense though, because some of their players are getting older, like Von Miller, Daquan Jones, Jordan Poyer, Micah Hyde. Some of these players though, but DeMar Hamlin should be back healthy. I like the moves they made of Taylor Rapp for agency and Leonard Floyd, which I believe they signed him yesterday, which that was a good move. And they drafted pretty well. I like what they did to the draft, drafting Darrell Williams to replace Tremaine Edmonds. So that's what I like. So I think the Bills, defense could definitely look to regress this year because some of their players are coming off an injury. Von Miller's coming off an injury, and so is Micah Hyde. I just kind of really feel like when I look at the offensive line, it's still solid. But I can definitely see the Bills, coming in second or third in the division, where I would not be surprised. Or I wouldn't be shocked that they came second. But I wouldn't be surprised if they come third or last in the division. But I think the Bills have a low floor of maybe 9 wins this year. I mean, I think their floor will be 9 wins, if Josh Allen, misses a game or two or if he regresses. So, yeah. And then I think they have a really high ceiling of maybe 13-4, 14-3, something like that. I mean, if the Bills, can stay healthy on both sides of the ball. But I kind of really feel like that they're probably going to go from 10 to 12 wins this year. I got them at 10 because I just kind of really feel like that, I kind of feeling that they're going to win 10 games this year. They're going to go from 10 to 12 wins this year, but I'm going with 11 because I kind of really feel that the Bills might need to win at least 11 games to get into the playoffs because 9 or 10 games might not get them in. So, yeah. So, thank you guys for watching, and don't forget, let me know what you think your record prediction for the Bills is. Bills is gonna be. Like, let me know how you think the Bills are gonna do. Do you think they're gonna? Let me know your thoughts and opinion of what you think on my record prediction for the Bills. Do you think I'm right? Do you think I'm wrong? Just let me know in the comments section below what you think. And also, you can also comment in the section below what you think, how good the Bills are going to be in 2023. Well, this is Emmanuel Jones from Big Fan. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys later. Peace.